Well, we're about to get screwed a little more and a little more and a little more thanks to Trudeau and his government. Their facts on how much we're actually going to get screwed is a lot lower than what it actually is going to be. They say it's going to be an extra $10 per tank per minivan in fuel costs because of the carbon tax, that imaginary carbon tax that fixes everything, The air's cleaner because of that tax. So actually it's going to be a lot more. It's going to be close to $17 per minivan tank. And if you have a job and you work and you pay taxes, then you're going to have to pay an extra $1,200 a year. That's $100 a month based on a 40-hour work week. The figures that they came out with are just so low, it's ridiculous. It's based on if you work 22 hours a week, so 88 hours in total a month. It's such a joke. This this government is just they do all this stuff. They ruin all these people's lives. They make it basically unbearable to live. They our homeless rate in December, and it's about to go up again. Our homeless rate in December went up by 13%. It's going to go up by another 15% in January. That's kind of shocking because that means that 13 out of 100 people went homeless in December, and 15 out of 100 are going homeless in January. And that's just the beginning of it because mortgage rates just went up and everybody is going broke trying to pay their mortgages, especially if you have a variable mortgage. If you have a variable mortgage right now, your mortgage is you're paying a couple $100 more a month right now, plus property taxes are going up. Speaking about that, I got to get mine lowered. And that's easy enough to do. You call your MPAC, you get an assessment, you get them out there, you tell them you can't afford it, they do a reassessment, and then you end up getting lower taxes. So if your house is worth it, so run your property down a little bit before you make that phone call. Just break a few things or something or whatever. But yeah, we're all getting the shaft because of what the Trudeau government did by spending and spending and spending and spending and spending. It the faucet turns off. It doesn't just keep going and keep going. The faucet eventually turns off, and now we're figuring out what happens when the faucet turns off because we're all getting the shaft. Every single one of us, every single Canadian. It doesn't matter if you drive. It doesn't matter if you don't work. You're going to get affected by this because you got to buy groceries. You got to do all this stuff. You've got to get places. All this stuff. Everything adds up. Everything. And now we're really seeing where none of our money went. There's $22 billion missing and nobody's talking about it. $22 billion. They can't account for $22 billion. So, I know it costs $6,000 a night to put a premier in a hotel. And, I know, they're all making, upwards of $250,000 a year in Parliament. And, I don't know about you guys, but, it doesn't make any sense having a job and reporting your income. It makes absolutely no sense because you're about to get the shaft. If you got an income tax rebate last year, this year you won't get one. You will not get one. So for your 2023 taxes, when you do your taxes in 2024, you probably, if you got $300, you're not going to get it this year. You will not get it. So it's something to think about because it's all a scam. Like this, we get $500 a year back in carbon tax credits, and it cost us $1,400 plus our fuel, plus all of our groceries, plus all the stuff's added on top. It's not just the little numbers that they say. It's thousands upon thousands more. So interest rates, all your credit card interest rates are going up. So if you carry a balance, that's another thing. The amount of people that have went bankrupt or did a consumer proposal went up by 125%. 125%. So do the math on that one because it just it makes 100%. It makes good sense why it's happening. And everybody who voted in Trudeau to get high, you were all idiots, and you didn't see his plan, because we're all paying for your stupidity. Like, everybody is paying for your stupidity now, and if you don't see it, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot, because it's just life. You're not going to be able to live. You're honestly not going to be able to live, and everybody's about to lose everything. Even if you have $100,000 a year job, and you still, like, your living situation is going to cost you 36 to 48,000 based on your house. Vehicle cost, you're looking at like 12,000 a year. That's insurance, fuel, maintenance. You're looking at 12,000 a year, and that's if you don't have a car payment. If you have a car payment, you're looking at 18,000 a year. So you're going broke pretty quick. Nobody's gonna be able to put any money away for retirement. Everybody, just you're gonna be paying in a CPP, and you're gonna get a whopping $657 a month from CPP, based on what you can afford now to put into your retirement savings. Even if you have RRSPs and stuff, they don't last forever. If you invest them, and you have, like what happened to me, I had a whole bunch of money in BMO investments, and it dwindled down to, I ended up losing $160,000. And they say, oh, we don't know where the money went. You guys know where the money went. There's a trail of where the money went, but you guys aren't telling me where the money went. And it shouldn't be like that, but that's the way it is. And it's just more and more things like that are happening everywhere, and people are suffering, and people just keep voting these idiots in. And who has to pay? It's not the people who vote them in. Like, they don't understand. They're stupid enough to vote in that person, then they're stupid enough to get ripped off by them. And now everybody's going to have to suffer. And, well, that's the way it goes. There's going to be so much theft and crime and everything else. So much. It's, if you own anything nice, sell it now. Get rid of it, because you're probably going to have your catalytic converter cut off, or you're probably going to have it stolen, or the list continues. The amount of bad stuff that's about to happen in 2023, it's just, I can't even, I can comprehend it because I know that world, but if you don't know that world, then you're not going to be able to comprehend it at all. The amount of, same with like Walmart is planning on shutting down the whole chain. I don't know if it's North America wide or what it is, but their theft rate now is close to $100,000 a month per store. So they're losing so much money. I don't know if that's a real figure, but that's the figure that they came out with. They're paying loss prevention officers like $60,000 to $70,000 a year per officer, and there's 2 to 3 a store. So you do the math on that one, and no, they're not making minimum wage. They're making like some serious money because they have to deal with a lot of thieves, right? So that's why they've gated them up now. They've got metal detectors, and they've got never used to be that way, but their theft is so high now, especially with the self-checkouts. People don't self-checkout properly. I go in there, like I forgot kitty litter the one day, and it was underneath my cart, and I went in the next day and I paid for it, and they were trying to say I couldn't pay for it. I said, no, I'm paying for it right now. You guys are going to take my money. They're like, but we don't know what product it is. I said, I'll show you. So they went back and they got one of the cases that I got, and they scanned it, and I paid for it and everything like that. But that's the type of thing that nobody does that. Nobody goes back and pays for what they owe. Nobody pays for what they owe. They think they're getting a free ride. They're not getting a free ride. They're messing it up for the rest of us. So, of course, Wally World's going to be closing down soon, and the list continues. The amount of places that are about to close down is, I can't even describe it. Like, so many places, and they're changing the rules. So if you've got an older transport truck, you must, if you're leaving the province, you must have an EDL. And without an EDL, you're not going to be allowed to operate. You can't go by paper logs because they're trying to crack down on that. But it's not the people. There's so many there's so many things wrong with all that. Like, yes, you shouldn't be driving for like 18 hours a day, but for some people, they can drive 18 hours a day, no problem. It's not an issue. And if you want to make some serious money, especially hauling, especially when gas or diesel's $2.50 a liter, it's about to go up. It's not gonna, it doesn't really matter. Everybody is about to get screwed, and they're about to get screwed royally. And yeah, like, if you don't feel the pinch yet, then you're lucky. You're really lucky, because I'm feeling the pinch right now. December I've had like zero income. I'm hoping that the prices of scrap and catalytic converters and stuff go up, because right now it's pretty low. And if it does go up, then, I'll have a good January and February, because I've got a lot of vehicles to scrap. And if it doesn't go up, then whatever. And then when April comes, like May or March and April, I've got to start doing quotes for property maintenance. And how am I supposed to factor in $1.70 a liter fuel into these properties? How am I going to factor in all this stuff? Because a larger company can just come in, and if they're already in the area, they can come in and they can undercut me by a fair bit. And you can't explain that to people. Bottom line is, people want to pay the least amount of money for that same service, right? And I undercut. I don't undercut other people, but I do go in and I offer a cheaper rate than other people do. But it's, that being said, it's going to be hard. Like, even like when I do, dump runs for people and stuff, like, it's, any type of property management, any type, like, maintenance, anything like that, is what I do. And, like, it's okay if you get, like, if I get 5 or 6 scrap cars, I don't have to pay for fuel for a month or 2 months. But if I don't get 5 or 6 scrap cars, I've got to pay fuel for that amount of time, right? So, because every vehicle it doesn't matter how long it's been sitting for. If it's a diesel, it really doesn't matter. But if it's been sitting for a year and it's got fuel in it and they put stabilizer in it before, the fuel is still good. So I'm not too worried about that if I can get the vehicles and stuff. But if I can't get the vehicles, then it is what it is. I'm going to have to factor in the cost of extra fuel, which, like, that's the thing I do for people is I have a lot of elderly clients, and with my elderly clients, they don't have a lot of money, and they can't, like, some of them are in their 80s and they can't cut 4 acres of grass. They can't do it, and they can't afford to have equipment to do it, and they can't afford the gas, and they can't afford everything else, but they can afford for me to come twice a month, and I'll charge them like $200 a month to cut their grass. And that's for 4 acres worth of grass. That's not a huge thing. And especially when it comes to the end of the year, if I do it straight up till October, and they have leaves and stuff, they don't have to pay for the collection of those. They don't have to pay for that cleanup. They don't have to pay for anything extra. So that's another thing that I have to factor in, because like, I do a lot for a lot of people, and I like to help these people out because it makes me feel better. And if I don't help these people out, then I have like, I get sick. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I have to help people, or it just, my health diminishes, and I can't figure out why it happens, but the less I help, the sicker I get. And I hate feeling sick. I absolutely hate feeling sick. And it's not like it's mentally sick, it's physically sick. So you gotta do what you gotta do. And like, we're all in this together, and we're all about to get screwed, like, pretty bad. And people, like, innocent people are going to get hurt. Like, a lot of innocent people are going to get hurt, and I know this is about to happen. And murders and everything else are up because we have a revolving door system. The prisons are already full, like full to the max. And like where there's supposed to be 2 people per cell, there's 5 or 6. And this is in every single jail in Canada. This is how it is. Every single prison, every single jail. And they're putting like first time offenders in with lifers, like not so much as lifers, but like 25, 20 years. It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. But it's just sad and it's sick. But protect your stuff, people, because you're gonna lose it. And it's all like I'm not talking about little stuff. I'm talking about everything. The amount of vehicles that were stolen last year was 11,437 vehicles were stolen in Ontario last year. 11,437 vehicles. I couldn't believe that number was real. They ended up finding a few thousand of them, but they didn't find them all, so that's why Copart was dead for 2 years, and now Copart's back and rocking because the amount of stupidity that people do driving, not putting winter tires on where you should have winter tires. It doesn't matter if you can't afford them. You put them on, you phone your insurance company, and you tell them that you have them on, and you get a discount on your insurance, and you buy a brand new set. Say if you buy a brand new set for $600, and you get $300 a year off, and you get it for 4 years, you're making money in 2 years. So... And then, of course, premiums are going to go up and kind of offset that. But that's the way it goes, right? So anyway, everybody have a safe and happy New Year. And God bless you. And I hope things work out for everybody because we're all about to get royally screwed here. So we're in this together.